Welcome to New York Giants Full Access. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Big Pat Sports Talk. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button, hit that big blue join button. 50 members by the end of the month. That's the goal. But let's get into it, man. We're going to be talking about, yes, Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. today. And it came out that after his visit with the Cowboys actually put that man's medical records out there for public view. And they're saying that they're not confident in his knee to where he can play in 2022. He might not be able to play till 2023. Now, do I think this was a move to slight OBJ because he didn't want to sign with those guys? It's a very possibility. Do I think this is a move by Jerry Jones being smart, not signing a player with a bad knee? That's a very good possibility. But I was listening to the Undisputed, podcast this morning, and we're going to hear what those guys say, and I'm going to chime in. But let's get into it.
Lakers topic and Anthony Davis in just a moment, guys. But let's start with the Cowboys, Skip. According to reports, Dallas has some, quote, concerns about Odell Beckham Jr.'s health. They don't believe he can contribute until 2023. When asked about how confident he feels about OBJ's health, here's what Jerry Jones had to say, quote, not confident at all. According to Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, the source called the Cowboys' release of Odell's medical information astounding, and that the free agent receiver should be upset and no longer consider even signing with Dallas now.
He shouldn't consider signing with Dallas because that's a mistrust of information. Even if the knee is not good, they shouldn't have done that. And why would they release the medical information if they were not concerned? If they were concerned with the knee, they just would have kept that private and not signed him. But why you got to put his information out there on blast and say that you're not concerned with the knee? If Odell Beckham came to the table, they offered him 1 year minimum to come and play, and he told them no. So you went on this, and this is no shot at OBJ. You went on this tour, they wined you and dined you. You're a grown man now. You were a grown man when you came into the NFL, but you're a grown man now. You may have, different things that you want out of a team, that you want out of life. And so you told them, hey, that's a pretty good offer, but I'm gonna go home and talk it over with my family. And I'm gonna make the best decision for me and my family, and I'll get back to you. You did your due diligence with the Giants, the Bills, and the Cowboys, and now you're gonna do your due diligence again and go over if you were offered by the other two clubs. And I could pretty much guarantee that Dallas offered him something as well. And they said, "Oh, this is the star. We wined you, we dined you, we gave you, you got your cheers, you got your OBJ cheers, you got everything. And you gonna tell us no? Okay. Put this out there." That's what, man, I'm telling you, man. It's a dirty game, but hey, when you go over there with Jerry Jones and you play in Jerry's world, you know what I'm saying? Jerry things happen.
Man, the drama just doesn't stop. Shannon, break it down. What is going on here?
Well, I don't think anybody should be surprised at the level that an NFL or a sports organization would go through to try to get a discount. Now, Odell visited two other organizations. He visited the Buffalo Bills, he visited the New York Giants, and nothing about his medicals ever came out. His
Correct.
medicals only came public or what the knee wasn't where it should be or how they think it should be, only after he met with the Cowboys. Ed Werder is as plugged into the Cowboys as anybody in the history or anybody's plugged in with any other franchise. Ed Werder's plugged in.
I'm not sure I can go that far, but he is very plugged in. Yes.
So this ain't just come out of the blue. He ain't just throwing this out there against the wall.
Agreed.
So if I'm Odell, I'm extremely upset.
Yeah.
And I'll be looking at some actions. Maybe I might need to sue because this thing get out of any other place. Now I'm sure the Giants medical team looked at that knee.
Yep.
I'm sure the Buffalo Bills medical team looked at that knee.
Yep.
But only after this. Now Skip, Jerry, if you listen, Jerry kept dropping breadcrumbs along the way that he wasn't as all in on Odell as maybe Micah Parsons and Diggs and Dak and Zeke and some of the others, or as maybe as much as Cowboy Country was.
I will buy that.
Because he kept saying, yeah, that's a great player. We understand what he represents on the field.
Yeah.
But why is he available?
Well, if that's true, maybe Jerry Jones dropped that to show the organization why I didn't want OBJ here, or we don't need OBJ here. Stop clamoring for him, and let's get focused back on the job at hand, winning the Super Bowl. Maybe he did that to get those guys back focused. Who knows?
He kept saying, why is he available? You have to ask yourself those questions. But come on, you don't have to do this, Cowboys. If you believe that you have the team that can go and compete for a title without Odell, why would you need to drop this breadcrumb?
Yep.
There's no reason to do that. Like I said, the only thing I can see is you did that out of spite because he told you no, or Jerry Jones dropped it to get those guys back focused and show you that OBJ isn't what they think that he is. He's not ready. Who knows? You know, you maybe did that to show those guys, hey, look, I love you guys, and I know you guys wanted him here, but look at this, he's not ready. Let me show it to you.
I look at it as being tacky.
Very tacky.
If I'm, obviously you're gonna have to weigh that down. Can I trust him? But Skip, this.
No, you cannot trust the Cowboys, OBJ. But let's move forward.
Coincides with my timeline. You remember we've been talking about this, and you say, well, why don't somebody else like Skip? I mean, if you look at the tea leaves, and it's like, okay, if he comes back and he's like a fast healer, I'm talking about, got the hand of God just touched him.
Yeah.
If you're still looking at late December, early January, kind of coincides with what the Cowboys believe that he's not going to be able to help us until 2023.
Yep.
Skip, this is just a bad look for the Cowboys. I hope everything works out for Odell. I hope, I think Ian Rappaport tweeted this morning, like after the whirlwind visit, he's headed home to Arizona. I didn't know he had a home in Arizona, but hey, maybe he's going there. Maybe he wants to get away from everything, sit down with his family, his mom, his dad, his girlfriend, whomever close advisors, and says, okay, what do you think? Knowing what we know, how this thing played out in Dallas, knowing what we know, the Giants situation, the Buffalo situation, what do you think my best options are? But at the end of the day, it comes down to Odell. Yeah, you can get advice from mom, dad, brother, sister, girlfriend, whomever else. At the end of the day, you're going to have to be the one that's going to have to go to these meetings, eventually have to practice and go play. So what is the best situation for Odell? I don't have any answers.
I'll tell you the best situation for Odell, and it's not even because I'm a Giants fan. Best situation for Odell is to go to the Giants and sign a contract with the New York Giants. If it's this season, great. If it's the off season, great. Because that's about really the only chance you can go to a team and still be relevant. You was only going to be relevant with the Cowboys and the Bills this year because you were a run to the Super Bowl. But if those need concerns are real, they don't need you. They're not even going to want you. As you can see what the Cowboys just did. They're not even going to want you if you can't produce for them this year. So the best chance for you to go to is the New York Giants and be at the very least the number 2 receiver to the number 1 receiver if they get one next year. And continue your career. You'll be beloved with the New York Giants. You'll be home. Either sign with them this year with a heavy incentive-related contract for like 3 years. I'm quite sure they'll give you that and give you the rest of this year to heal up. Or you're going to have a tough time again finding a suitor next year. Because all those good teams, they're not going to want to give you multiple year contracts. They're just going to want you for a 1-year filler. And maybe after the offseason, when they draft some people, they're going to be like, nah, you're 30 years old, coming off 2 ACL injuries. We'll pass. So I think your best bet is to come home, OBJ. I think your suitors are running very low, especially with the Cowboys putting that information out there about you. Maybe that's why you was looking so uncomfortable at that game with those guys. Who knows? But this goes to show you nobody's going to treat you like home is going to treat you. I'm quite sure Joe Shane and them had the same information. If that information is true, had the very exact same information. And they didn't put that out there on you. They said, hey, look, OBJ, we have concerns about that knee. Come talk to us when you're fully healthy, and we'll do the deal. You went to Buffalo. They saw that knee. And it was like, nah, if you can't help us this year, OBJ, we good. You went to Dallas. They saw that knee. And if that knee information is true, they did the same thing. But in Dallas' case, this is the only thing that tells me that this might not be fully true, that you may be able to play this year, is that they put the information out there. If his knee wasn't as good and you had major health concern issues, there's no reason to put that in the press and further, devalue the man on the market. You would have just told him, hey, look, OBJ, we're not comfortable with your knee. It's going to be major health concerns. We don't think you're going to be ready to mid-January, and by that time, it's going to be way too late. Or did the Cowboys offer that man a contract, and he told them, okay, I like the contract, but I'm still going to go over all my suitors and my whole situation to see exactly what's going on. So, with all that being said, OBJ, you need to either go on ahead and come back home or continue to work to get that knee back healthy and be 100% and be the best free agent receiver on the market next year. You probably have some pretty good suitors next year, but you're not going to get that $20 million a year that you're searching for. I believe those days of you being paid that money are over. Coming off so many injuries and being 30, you're not producing like at a Devontae Adams level or even a Christian Kirk level. So you're going to have to work your butt off to get back. But I think your best bet is to come on home. And shout out to Classified 3F with Joe. He had concerns about his knee this whole time. And if these reports are true from Dallas, he was right. You got to give credit when credit was due. He was right. So it is what it is. OBJ, I think your best bet is to come home and we see what we can do. But that's been New York Giants Full Access. OBJ is not okay, according to Jerry's World. It is what it is. You got your tour. You got the people cheering for you. You got to be clamored over again. And I don't know what was said in those meetings or what happened in those meetings, but they felt the need to put out your medical record history. And that's a big blow to you wanting to get back on the field this year. And if you turn around and sign with Dallas, you're an absolute clown if you sign with Dallas right now, because they basically punked you if you do that. They did that to drive your price down, and then they did that to make sure nobody else would sign you, which is a dirty deal. And I actually agree with Shannon Sharp. I'll find a way to sue their ass. But they ain't gonna treat you like home, brother. So think about it. You might as well come on home, bro. But To the very next episode of New York Giants Full Access. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been Big Pat Sports Talk. And you know what it is, man. Shout out to all the members of the Big Blue Crew, Talking and Talk with Big Pat Sports Talk. 50 by the end of the month. And to the next episode, peace.
This is a Big Blue Crew production.